Okay, for number 27, they want us to solve these by factoring. So let's start. We have x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 0. And we should notice that this is a perfect square trinomial, right? It factors to x minus 5 squared, right? So x minus 5 squared. So that's really, if you think about it, it's x minus 5 times x minus 5. So its zero product property says that x minus 5 is 0, or x minus 5 is 0, but we don't need to write that. So we get x equals 5 for A. For B, right, we have 3x squared plus 17x minus 6 equals 0. So let's factor, by columns. We have 3x squared and negative 6, right? So this is x and 3x. Negative 6 is negative 1 and 6. 1 and negative 6. Negative 2 and 3. 2 and negative 3. Then we need to reverse the column, so I'll reverse that one, 3x and x. So now we're looking for outers times inners. That gives us a positive 17. So you should be able to pretty quickly tell that it's this one and this one, right? Because if I just show you, the outers are 3x times 6, that's 18x. And the inners are x times negative 1, that's negative 1x, right? So that's 17x. Okay, so it now factors to 3x, right? And x, and negative 1, and positive 6 equals 0. So 3x minus 1 is 0, and x plus 6 is 0. So 3x equals 1, x equals 1/3, x equals negative 6. So for B, it's negative 6 and positive 1/3. Okay, let's make some space. For C, we have 3x squared minus 2x, and I'm going to rearrange. Minus 5 equals 0. So again, we have 3x squared, we have negative 5, so that's x and 3x. And negative 5 is negative 1 and 5, or 1 and negative 5. And then we have to reverse one of the columns, right? So we're looking for negative 2, right? So the first one would be 5 minus 3, that's positive 2. The second one would be negative 5 plus 3. So here's the match right here, right? So this factors to x and 3x, and this equals 0, and 1 plus 1 minus 5. So x plus 1 is 0, or 3x minus 5 is 0. X equals negative 1. 3x equals 5, x equals 5/3. So this would be negative 1 and 5/3 for C. And the last one, D, let's make space. We have 16x squared minus 9 equals 0. That's a difference of squares. I wouldn't normally solve by factoring, but it says solve by factoring. So that's 4x plus 3 times 4x minus 3 equals 0. Oops. So 4x equals negative 3, x equals negative 3/4. This one, 4x equals 3, x equals 3/4. So this one is x equals plus or minus 3/4, right, for D.